Hello everyone and welcome to Talk of the Town. It's so nice to see the sunshine this month and to get outside and enjoy it. And that's exactly what we have planned.
This month we're traveling across the Poconos to bring all of you some great spring ideas. Fishing season arrives this month and we get involved with the Fish and Boat Commission to stock some area waterways.
Plus, we try our hand at an ancient martial art. It's called Tai Chi. We joined a class to learn how to focus our energy and even defend ourselves against an attack.
April is also National Volunteer Month, so we have a special treat for you. An amazing woman, 100 years old and still volunteering every week. She shares some secrets later in the show.
We're seeing lots of black and white this spring. It's the color combination to wear. Marie and I are both getting in on that trend.
We sure are, but we are not alone. It's big on the fashion runways, and it's also making a splash at a local zoo.
These fashion icons are ready for their close-up. Direct from the southern shores of Africa, the well-dressed African black-footed penguins now call Schnecksville their home.
They aren't your frigid weather Antarctic penguins. So when you usually don't think about keeping penguins warm, but if it's freezing, we keep them inside, keep them warm. Freezing and above, we open a door and they can decide what they'd like to do. And of course, in very nice weather, they're just out.
Penguins like to waddle around, wiggle those tail feathers, and swim a lot. Penguins live in a colony and they get along like any family of 10 would.
They do have little spats, but they are colonial, they are very social, they do want to be together, so they do stay together. They generally do pair up, have a buddy that they like the best. They all do have individual personalities. We have troublemaking penguins, leaders, ones that play with their food, make a mess of it. Others that are incredibly curious. They are in general curious. They'll chase butterflies and bees, anything they see floating around in the air. And then we have some that are very reserved as well.
Curtis is the boss of this colony, and where one penguin goes, the rest follow. Tulani is the most curious of the 10, and he wanted to stop by and check us out. These curious birds have a not-so-flattering nickname. They're called jackass penguins because of the braying sound they make. Whether you refer to them as jackass penguins or their more flattering name, African black-footed penguins, just be glad you have a chance to meet them. Their numbers have dropped drastically in the last decade.
When we first got them, they were only classified as vulnerable, but since we've had them, it's been reclassified as endangered because of what they're up against, losing habitat, and of course they're up against things like oil spills. When there's an oil spill, a lot of birds get devastated. In fact, the largest wildlife rescue in history was with African black-footed penguins after an oil spill. They brought in 40,000 birds and cleaned them up and returned them to the wild.
Wow, and it was successful? They were able to save them? Most of them?
Most of them, yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
How fast can they swim? They look like they move pretty quick.
They can. They can do 15 miles an hour underwater. They use their wings when they're swimming underwater. They use them like flippers, and it actually looks like they're flying underwater. Above water, they're probably a little bit slower, and they don't have as much need on the surface to move fast.
And on land, they're really slow, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, on land it's like 1 mile an hour. They don't move fast at all. You wouldn't move fast either if you waddled back and forth. When the lunch bucket arrives, these birds get moving.
The first fish that we want every penguin to eat is a big fish. Our big fish are herring and sardines. They tend to be higher in protein and other good stuff and amino acids for them. So we will try to get them as many big fish as we can. And then the smelt, we call them like penguin french fries. It's mostly fat content. So we do provide them for it, but it's more, We defrost a little less smelt than we would the bigger fish. Yeah.
These penguins usually don't weigh more than about 10 pounds, but they can eat up to 15% of their body weight in fish every day. That's like Marie and I eating almost 20 pounds of food each, or the equivalent of 100 Big Macs and some French fries.
Right now we do have a big eater. His name is Cosmo. His wingspan is blue-green, and he eats like a horse. But it is getting to the time where they get into what's called a pre-molt. So every year they lose all their feathers, and that instinct is to gain a lot of weight and stay on land because those feathers are so important to keep their skin safe in the ocean conditions. So they gain all that weight and then lose them all. So we are keeping an eye on him because it could be that, or it could just be he's a little on the chunky side. You never know. But we monitor for that as well.
We wanted to get a little closer to the penguins, so Mr. Curiosity himself, Tulani, was eager to take part in this adventure.
I feel like he's gonna jump off. Don't jump off.
While Tulani looks cute and cuddly, there's no touching allowed, except by his trainer, Hannah.
They do have like facial recognition, so if they don't know you and you're a little too close, instead of like a curiosity, what's up kind of bite, it's a get away from me kind of bite, so.
He's just basking in the camera light now, because that's probably warm.
Yeah, right.
He's like,
I'm okay with this.
yeah,
You can go ahead and bite that part.
And just in case you're wondering, penguins are bird brains.
Any of them would just run right off the table and not pay attention. They wouldn't even know the table ended, just going for a fly.
I really enjoyed meeting all the penguins in the colony, especially Tulani.
He was cute. I love them all, and you will too. One lucky viewer can win 4 tickets to Lehigh Valley Zoo. Just go to our Facebook page, like the proper photo, and comment on what you love about penguins, and you could win a 4-pack of tickets.
Talk of the Town will be right back with a centuries-old martial art class focusing on relaxation and unique movement. Stay with us.
Every year on the last Saturday of April, tens of thousands of people in over 70 nations come together. At 10 a.m., they breathe together, one world, one breath.
World Tai Chi Day provides a healing vision for our world, so Marie and I just knew we had to give it a try.
Tai Chi instructor Kevin Cormier from the Shudokan Dojo in Stroudsburg introduces us to the ancient meditation in motion.
Tai Chi is an ancient philosophy that was developed as a martial art later on. And now in the modern times, it's mostly used for health, but it's still a robust martial art. The difference between yoga and Tai Chi, for instance, is yoga uses static postures, and Tai Chi also uses these postures, but you move through them. So the movement through the postures is more important than doing the postures sometimes.
what does the word Tai Chi mean?
Tai Chi is translated as a grand ultimate. Many people think that means it's a grand ultimate fighting form, but it's really the grand ultimate in Tai Chi philosophy is the everything of the universe, the 10,000 things. It started with a small thing and it branched out into everything that is possible in the universe. It's actually less strenuous than yoga, so it's easier for older people who haven't worked out in a while to do it. And it's also can be used as a meditation. And it's also very good for your health because you incorporate your breathing into it as well.
I work in the corporate world, and a lot of times it's a stressful situation. What I do is I think back at that point in time where I'm letting my mind go. So when it's stress, somebody is upset, whatever's going on, I just calm myself, breathe it out, and just let the stress go out.
Tai Chi ball, grass sparrow's tail, roll back. 3 things at once. Repulse monkey. High pat on horse. Step out into a corner. Kick. Pull someone's head on your knee. Wind through the ears. Open and close.
A lot of animals.
Yeah, it's very poetic, isn't it?
And then all of a sudden, head on knee. I'm like, ow!
Yeah, that was cool. When you're watching someone do Tai Chi, sometimes it just seems a little odd.
Well, I'd have to agree with that.
Because it's slow moving. It almost looks like someone hit slow-mo.
Right, right. It's hard to imagine it as a martial art, but if you actually ever have to use it, you would speed it up.
Tell us what you're going to put us through today.
We are going to put you through a short form that I developed just for you guys.
Wonderful.
So it's a unique form, nobody else will have it, so it's your gift from the Shudokan Dojo. Our opening. Hands come in, push down. Weight goes to the right foot, Tai Chi ball. Step out into press, 2 hands together. Okay, weight goes back, we separate. Weight goes forward into push. Okay, weight goes back. Tai Chi ball on the other side. Weight goes forward, stork cools its wings. Okay, and these 2 hands come together in the front. Big circle over our head. And to close. Very good. Good, you guys are naturals.
As long as I keep watching.
Yeah, I'm like glued to you.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, okay, it's good that it's really slow.
It is good that it's really slow.
You know, like when you press, are you just letting your arms float, or are you actually trying to get your muscles activated that you're kind of like tensing your arms up and pushing?
You don't want any tension, so
Okay,
you want
so
to
no
release
tension,
all the
everything
tension
needs
for your
to be
body.
relaxed. No,
And
everything
as you
is
go
relaxed.
farther, you'll add intent to it. So when we're doing this, or we're adding our breath to it, we're breathing in. Hands go over our heads, we're breathing out on the way down. And just relaxing. And think of all the stress, everything that's in our body is going down into the earth.
Yeah.
Good feeling?
Yeah, it is a good feel. It's just different.
See, now your headache will be gone. She had a headache when we were coming.
Yeah.
Great. This
It
could be
is
good
starting
for
to
it.
go away.
Dissolve it away.
Think about that headache dropping into the earth.
Breath can really make a difference. But you
I
almost
can
have to
hear
learn.
your
I can hear-
breathing.
yeah, I can hear some breathing, and that kind of like gave me a clue. Okay, I should be breathing
In.
breath out right now. You know, and I wasn't with that because I think I'm thinking a little bit too much right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yes.
thinking a little too
Once
much.
you get it, I guess you can stop thinking so much and just concentrate more on the breathing.
The intention is to, with the breath, combine the breath with the movement and the intent, and then you get your chi, so it's the redness in your hand. That's why you don't have any tension, because you want to relax and let the chi come through, and that's what heals your body.
Okay, it's time to try the whole routine.
And you can try it too. Come on, get off the couch.
So we step out, hands come up, hands come in, push down. Weight goes to the right foot, Tai Chi ball. Step out into press. Separate, weight goes back. Step out into push. Weight goes back, Tai Chi ball. One foot goes next to the other. One hand goes up, one foot goes down. Stork cools its wings. Hands come together in the front. Big circle, breathe in. Okay, breathe out.
All these cool names. Do you have a favorite move or a favorite name for a move?
Not really. No. I like the ones that work if I'm getting punched and I don't get hit. Those are my favorite.
So if I'm coming up to you and I just
no.
want to punch, what would you do? Run.
I am not crazy. So you just want to try and do the opening. Okay, just what we did here. Raise up, and then push my arms away. And then turn your palms and push me.
Push down.
There you go.
Raise up. Push.
So, we have to work on you a little bit. Do it to me. Grab my arms, okay? So I'm a little bit taller. So, okay? So what you want to do is contact here, and then just turn and push like that. And it's pretty close. You're getting there. You're getting there. You're the natural fighter.
She has experience.
Yeah, I actually
She has
took karate for a long time.
So as I'm coming through, I'm breaking your hold, but I'm also setting you up for a strike.
Ah, yeah.
So again,
So this one will go over the top.
I want to have my hands.
She wants to do it
This
that way. So do it again. Right?
So that's it. See? I'm off balance. As long as you are maintaining your structure, I must lose mine.
The yin yang works.
I went the right way this time.
That's very good.
Okay.
Okay, so this one goes down, and this one goes up. You want to push up with that one. There you go. Wow, that was pretty good. I'm impressed.
But once I figured out which way I was supposed to be going. So Kevin, we went through the routine. Tell us how we did our first day of Tai Chi.
You know, actually, I was very impressed. You guys are great. You have a good mastery of your body. You were able to handle the simple routine that we did. And also, you were very interested in the martial arts, and you can tell you have some martial arts background, which is very cool. And you were interested in the movements as well, but you came from your dance background, you thought of them as more of a beauty kind of thing. Very good. I was very impressed with you guys. I give you 5 stars.
Yay, thank you.
You know we like to give things away. Well, here's a gift for all of you. Your first Tai Chi class at Shudokan Dojo is free. That way, you can see if it's for you.
Well, you can also check them out at the Stroudsburg Farmers Market at 11 a.m. on Saturdays. They do free demonstrations.
And they also run a class for senior citizens that is always free. That's 9 a.m. on Monday mornings at the School of Visual and Performing Arts on Main Street in Stroudsburg.
Next, we head outside for something I had never done before. We helped stock fish, and we had fun.
Today we're going on an adventure.
And this is something we've never done before.
These trucks back here are filled with lots and lots of fish.
We're going to help the Fish and Boat Commission stock some creeks.
And get you ready for fishing season.
I borrowed these from one of the guys at work. I don't know if they're gonna fit.
I look like Frankenstein boots.
We're ready!
These are all a mixture of brook browns and rainbow trout.
And how many are in here?
Woo, look at them go!
Don't jump backwards, Kimberly.
Say there's about 2,100 on here.
2,100 fish. Wow. Going to a new home, right?
Yes, they are. Well, this has 2 life support systems.
So they don't even mind their truck ride.
Well, I'm sure they're glad to get off.
All right, so they'll be happy when they're in the creek, so let's get busy with that. I want all the fish to see me coming.
Scott, tell us why it's important that we stock the creeks with trout.
Because some of the streams that we have here in Pennsylvania, they're not capable of, for trout to reproduce, okay? So we might have some streams that are susceptible to acid mine drainage and so forth. And therefore, those streams that can produce fish naturally, we support those streams with raising trout or maybe different species of fish and stock the streams.
Mm-hmm. Our buckets are very active right here.
Yeah, they're really active.
They want to get out.
They want out.
What do we do next?
Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to take the lid off. Sometimes these lids are a little hard to get off.
Ooh, they're ready.
Okay. Now you can see in yours you got brook trout and a couple rainbow in there.
They're a little bit calm right now.
Okay.
They're
I have
wanting a little more room.
And
Oh, wow.
Kim's got a golden.
Wow.
Trophy golden.
Trophy one, and you can see them kind of glimmer when
Right.
you're in there, right?
There's a trophy fish going in the creek.
When you put those fish out, try to throw them in that deeper water. You might have to wait out there a little bit.
Okay. Whoa, he was going. They're all going. Go on, swim away. Get going, get going.
You're off. Swim away. That one got his head stuck on there.
Oh, now he's good.
He's eating.
They're like, wow, new territory. Thank you.
So far you're doing good. You didn't get wet.
She got more wet than me, but not too wet. No falling yet.
No falling yet. That's a good thing.
First, we have to find the creek.
Swim and be free. You're gonna throw him at me. Ooh, bye. They take off right away. Shh, they're gone.
These trout that we put in here today, trout season's coming up, but they have some time to establish, right? What happens between now and the first day of trout season?
Most of these fish, you know, they'll find places like little nooks and crannies in the stream for a good hideout, good sources of food, insect life, and so forth, you know.
All right, this is our third stop.
So,
Here we go.
I'll have to check with the how many pounds are on them.
Oh my goodness.
You're not supposed to bounce them off the rocks, right, Scott?
That's right.
I didn't. He bounced himself.
Do you see a lot of fishermen just taking walks out and about this time of year, just trying to get an eye for where those fish are hiding?
Absolutely, and we get a lot of people that come out on the stockings to see where we're putting the fish in.
Marie, if we don't fall over,
It's going to be a miracle.
The Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission is an agency that's not funded by the general fund here in Pennsylvania. It's supported by fishing licenses, trout stamp sales, and also boat registrations.
shoo!
Pull away! You do have a nice group of volunteers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tell us about the volunteers.
They come out every year for the most part when they can. They come out to help us put the fish in. Some will carry buckets, both old and young. And sometimes we get schools groups that come out. We always are welcoming people to come out to help us with our stocking.
But it's one of those things, it can change what you do, you know, with your free time. A lot of these guys come out and volunteer their time for free, but it's what they enjoy to do. So, you know, come out, find the stocking list for your area on fishandboat.com, and, you know, come out and join us, and it might open your eyes to a new activity for you.
Somebody's going to be looking for him on opening day. Easy to spot. Big golden trout. Watch this. Woo! There he goes. You go find a really good spot to hide. That's not good enough. Keep going.
Swim! Swim! Be free! There was a really little one in there. I hope he lives a long time.
Probably won't, because people will throw him back.
Yes, hopefully they do throw him back. Ready, Zach?
Ready.
I got splashed in the eye. Whoa, I think I just stepped on a fish. Get out of the way! Whoa, Nellie! Woohoo!
What do people have to do to prepare to be involved in that first day of fishing season?
Okay, anglers 16 years of age or older need to possess a valid Pennsylvania fishing license. When they are fishing in a trout-approved water, they need to also purchase a trout stamp. That trout stamp is attached to the license, and also that funding that comes from the sale of trout stamps goes towards the propagation of trout in our hatcheries. Resident fishing license and a trout stamp bought together runs about $32.40.
And you can fish with that for the whole entire season?
Absolutely. The license year goes from January 1st until December 31st.
Is it fun opening day of fishing season when you see all the little kids? I
Absolutely.
think that's the best part.
That's one of the best parts of my job.
Yeah.
To see that, you know, families are out there spending time with one another, they're taking their kids out. And
I remember the first time I caught a fish as a kid, it was a little sunny.
I think the first fish I caught was
yeah?
out of a pond. 2,100 trout, they're all in the creek. Scott, David, how did we do today?
I'm going to give you guys an A+.
Yay!
You did a good job. Main thing is you didn't fall in, and you got the fish in there, and everybody was safe.
Well, that was definitely an experience.
Yes, it was. And anyone is invited to get involved. Just go to the Fish and Boat Commission website and check out the trout stocking schedule for your area.
And a very special thanks to TV13 technicians Frank and Byron and our friend Troy. We were wearing their waders and their boots. Thanks, guys. We wouldn't have survived without you.
We definitely would not. Coming up next, more fish, seafood this time, and lots goes into a pot as we make a delicious batch of seafood gumbo.
don't know about you, but I am hungry.
Well, Maria, I found this quaint little bistro off the beaten path, and you are going to love it.
Can't wait.
You're here at Mr. Edouard's All Natural Bistro and amazing sauces. So today we're going to show you how to make a seafood gumbo. Not too spicy, but you'll love it. Why don't you come in the kitchen so we can show you?
Sure.
Okay. Well, these are all the ingredients that we need to make our seafood gumbo.
How do we get started?
Okay, well, how are we going to get started? We're going to start with our seafood broth.
All right.
I'll pass it down to Marie, to Kim, to Mr. Edouard.
We have an assembly
Pour it
line.
into
We
the pot.
definitely have an assembly line.
First, we're going to boil the crab.
There's serious claws here.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Into the
with
broth.
And then just drop them in. It's okay. I'll
Drop
take
them
the
in?
seeds out later. Yes.
Okay. Old Bay.
Old Bay.
How much?
Fish won't be fish without Old Bay.
You tell me how much,
Keep
Mr.
going.
Hold on. This is the way we do things. We don't want to make it too mess thing up.
There you go.
Okay. Everything is a measurement, so we don't want to.
Put a little more oregano in there.
This seafood gumbo definitely has the kick to it. There's lots of spices.
We're going to put some spices in there. Don't worry about that. Masala. How you doing over there, Kim?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We're
All
loading
right.
up the spices.
Very good. Then we're going to put a cap full of the coriander.
You just tell me how much.
Okay,
That's
no
good.
problem.
That's good. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like that? That's too much?
Yes.
I put some back.
Yeah.
Very good.
Better?
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Not too much cumin, not too much salt. Everything gotta be
All right.
Just right.
just right. You mix it up.
So let's add the onion.
Onion.
Yes.
Half of that.
Half of the onions
Half
go
of
in.
the onion. Very good.
I love sweet red peppers.
Okay.
Yeah, good for
That's
everything.
good. Put
All
everything in.
those red peppers are going in.
Yes.
Very good. You can
I have the
add
celery.
the celery.
Ready for that?
Very good.
And
you
half of the garlic.
I'm the official stirrer, apparently, here. It smells amazing already.
Now we're going to add the parsley, cilantro, and dill
Into our broth. All of it?
All
Yes.
Should ask before I just start dumping.
Oh, doesn't that look delish? Clams we will put in now.
All in.
All right.
The sausage goes in with the
That's the
vegetables.
anchovy sausage.
Yes.
It's a little spicy.
Or
and
in
hot.
with the fish.
Yes.
No, that goes with the vegetable.
Oh, the sausage? Oh, vegetable.
You can tell they're married.
We're not married when we're in the kitchen.
There. You
All
should
right,
sit
see,
in
it's
there.
fighting all the
Wait, so
time.
who won? Who won?
No one wins. We just at it all day long.
But the sausage is going with the veggies, right?
Yes.
Mr. Edouard, she won.
Yes. All right. This is
I lost the
This is
sausage.
her gumbo.
yeah.
It's your gumbo.
This is high recipe.
We can add the okra.
The okra makes the gumbo, folks. That's what we're told. And this smells amazing so far.
So just squeeze the tomatoes there a little bit.
Don't get your buster dirty.
I won't dip my bracelets in there. Just keep it to the gloves, right?
Okay, you can throw some of those into the gumbo, maybe half.
Add those tomatoes.
Do you want the juice too, or no?
A little, yes.
There's a lot of ingredients going in this.
This is catfish nuggets.
All of it goes in?
Yes.
Yes. Very good.
Stir it. This is a black onion.
Black onion. Did she approve this ingredient?
Yeah.
Just asking, because you went and got it, and she's out there. She doesn't know you're putting this in here.
No, she knows.
Not too much,
I'm
Eddie.
just checking, huh?
Not too much, just
Did
a
you
little
approve
bit.
this ingredient?
No,
Give me the spoon.
not too much of that.
I know.
Time for the scallops, okay?
Very good.
You put a lot of expensive seafood in this.
Our food is not priced the way it should be priced.
But that's how you make it good. You don't skimp on
We
that,
don't,
right?
No, because we're not going to give you what we don't eat ourselves. We won't do it. It looks good.
You like hot sauce?
I do like hot sauce.
A spoonful, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all you need?
That's all I need, because you
All
put the
right.
black pepper in there and it's a little
Yeah.
spicy.
Okay.
Stir that all up in there.
I'm really excited to try this soup, and I'm excited to know that we actually worked on it.
We helped make it.
All
Right, I'm
right.
gonna try the broth first.
I'm going right for the gumbo.
Oh, you have to find a piece of that.
It's delicious.
The flavors are really,
Thank you.
really good. We all did a really good
You
job.
girls did excellent.
It was
I'm
fun
gonna make
in
it.
your
You did
kitchen.
it.
It probably tastes a little better today because we had help.
There's
Lots
love
of-
in this soup
lots of
today.
love in the
That's right.
kitchen.
And tell us about all the other things that people can find here.
We also make hot homemade po' boys, corned beef sandwiches and brisket of beef sandwiches, and we make all of that here. Fresh meats, not deli meats or anything like that. So we cook all of our meats nice and fresh, season them up nice, and we make really nice sandwiches. You can build on the sandwiches, you know, add what you like, or you could put any of Mr. Edouard sauces on the sandwiches and, you know, make it to your liking.
Yeah, my sauce you can eat with everything.
Right. And in his culture, their specialty is what you call lambi. It's conch. It comes from a shell like this. And he spices it up with his special sauces, not these, but his special sauces that he makes.
I make all
And,
the kind of fish.
And you put shrimp with it. It's a nice seafood dinner. Very good.
Let's talk about what you've put up here in front of us.
So what is this one?
This one called salsa.
Salsa?
Yeah, it's got only like 20 different herb on it.
16 to 20 different herbs.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a lot of herbs.
Yes.
Oh, it's really good. Is it your favorite?
Everything is a favorite. Everything is a favorite. Everything I make myself.
What is this one?
This is a hot sauce.
Oh, this is the hot sauce?
Oh, that's just
This
the
is
regular
the
hot
regular
sauce.
skinny, yes.
It's zingy.
He put a lot of hot sauce on Marie's. On mine, he just put a little bit.
Just touch it, that's it.
Okay.
Just for a few minutes. It's gonna flip out.
It's hot. I'm glad I have a glass of water.
Now you wanna go for the explosive? Good, that's my girl.
I had to wipe my nose already. I'm sitting too close to it.
There's seeds in here, so you know it's going to be hot. But you only gave me like 2 seeds. It wasn't too bad.
Oh, okay.
Listen to this. She's
Nice and
complaining
hot.
and she
The
didn't get
other
enough
one's
of
actually
it.
hotter. Well, with what? Yes. Yeah,
Hook her up.
I hope
I
you
would
are.
like you to challenge
Now
her
you
taste
hooked me up.
buds.
Now he hooked me up.
She's good.
She's not afraid at all.
I like hot things.
That's
I like that
beautiful.
thing.
Give her a round of
That's very good, very good.
It was good.
I am
That's
really
good. If
impressed.
you like spicy things, it's just an acquired taste.
Well, here, this is the hot sauce.
Yes, this is the explosive one. Yes.
Here, Marie.
I'm not stupid. You don't just do it. I'd have to eat all those crackers. Now I can start feeling it a little bit more
Yes,
down in my
you
throat,
come
but it's
out
good.
now.
I'm very warm.
Come on right now.
You are hot, girlfriend.
That was hot, but very tasty. A big thanks to Pat and Mr. Edouard for making our visit so much fun.
Well, don't worry about that hot factor on your taste buds. That's just one of the sauces. And if you're looking for something a bit different, stop by and try any of their delicious specialties.
Enjoy the food and even the hot sauce. If you'd like, tell them Marie said to try the explosive sauce.
Or you can tell them that Kim said to try the barbecue sauce. That's my favorite. Either way, you will enjoy your visit to Mr. Edouard's all-natural bistro and amazing sauces on Route 115 in Effort.
And you could win a $25 gift certificate to the bistro. Go to our Facebook page, like the correct photo, and leave us a comment on whether you plan to try Mr. Edouard's explosive hot sauce.
No. When we come right back, are you taking part in the ritual of spring cleaning? Well, what do you do with all those electronics? We have answers.
We have lots of old electronics to get rid of. Look, here's my old computer monitor. It just went poof. And an old car stereo. It took cassettes.
You're dating yourself, Marie. Well, I've got a computer tower that just died. In fact, there might even be something stuck in here, some old disk. And I've got a printer that would cost more to fix than to replace.
Well, it's now illegal to throw old electronics in the trash, so we wondered what to do with all of this old stuff.
And that's how we found Advanced Green Solutions in Walnut Port. Let's hope they can help.
Is it true you guys really want all this stuff?
Like this junk is really your treasure?
Yes, we want it all.
What do you do?
All household appliances.
We are electronic recycler. From anything from nose hair trimmers to kitchen sinks.
That's quite a variety.
Yes, definitely.
What's the most common stuff that people bring in?
Computers. Computers, CRTs, televisions. Televisions have to be our biggest thing right now because of the new law. As of January 24th, it is illegal to throw your computer, CRT, printers, a couple other things into the trash. It has to be done by a recycler.
The crew took our donations and weighed them. We filled out some paperwork for the state saying what community it came from. Your donations could mean more grant money for your hometown.
It's very simple. We will unload the vehicles for you. Pretty much just have to drive it here. I have the laborers to unload. It's very, very simple.
Then we pulled up the TB13 Jeep filled with old equipment, and they got out the forklift. We recycled a total of 142 pounds.
Advanced Green Solutions takes your old electronics and tries to keep them off the streets, out of landfills. We try to break them down, refurbish, resell, so they can be put to use again, so they're not laying somewhere doing nothing.
So that's the first thing you do, see if something is actually able to be reused in its current form, fixed and
yes,
put back in the
everything's
market?
tested when it comes in the door.
What if it doesn't work?
We dismantle it. Screws with screws, wires with wires, plastic to plastic. We dismantle everything and recycle it accordingly.
Is it fun to take everything apart and see what's inside?
Yes, our guys have a field day some days.
And what is this? That looks gold.
That is a processor.
Is there some gold on there?
Yes.
But only a very little
Very
bit.
little. It takes a lot to get a whole lot of gold.
But that's why this is something that's important to do.
Yes, ma'am.
And then where do you put this?
We put that over here.
That's the most valuable thing in the computer.
The most valuable thing. Here. And you have a whole box full of them.
Plenty of them. And take the
Wow, you
aluminum
really have
off.
to know what you're doing in here. There's lots of stuff. And everything pinches a different direction.
And we would dismantle the fan off the aluminum and also take the aluminum from over here.
What do you do with this thing?
And we throw it right here with the rest of the power supplies.
Well, we can recycle the plastics and the precious metals and things that are inside some of these, like your motherboards, the brains of the computers. It's all worth something in one way or another.
Okay, here's a computer that you brought in to us. Once we deemed that it was not rebuildable, at that point we'll take it apart to get all the pieces out of it that are
Worth anything?
and recycle it. We'll take the processor out, the memory out, the power supply out, and sort it into different boxes, and they'll all go to different streams for recycling.
Heather, a lot of people worry about bringing their computers in because of all the top secret stuff they have on their computers. How do we know that everything is going to be destroyed?
There's no need to worry. We do destroy all the hard drives that come in, along with the SIM cards and cell phones.
It's stuck. The hard drive doesn't want to leave the computer.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, so this is what everybody worries about, the hard drive.
Right.
So you got a sledgehammer, or how do you destroy it?
We either erase it with software if it's going to be reused in another computer. If it's not, then we actually have a drill press and we'll drill holes through the actual hard drive so it's unusable and people cannot retrieve any data off of it.
So long, hard drive.
All we do is test it working.
So this is my monitor from home.
We just want to make sure it has a good screen, no scratches, no blotches.
This is the monitor that you said went poof.
Well, it had squiggles in it for the longest time, yeah, and then it just kind of poofed.
So we'll take that as not working.
It doesn't work anymore, which is why I brought it to you guys.
Thank you, we need it.
If they can't get it here, we go and pick it up. If you can't fit your refrigerator or your TV in the car, we'll come to you and pick it up. There is a small logistics fee, but if you can get it here, we'll unload it and recycle it for you for no charge. recycle, recycle, recycle. We'll take anything and everything, the plug or a battery, and we're going to expand our hours in the spring to Saturdays, so we have more available time to come.
Do you find that people, when they have things that break around their house, they kind of just stick it in the garage and stick it in the basement?
Yeah, I myself do that. There's all kinds of things that are just laying around that I forgot about that are out of date or broke, and I just put it away for later.
And at some point, it's just time to like load up the car and pay a visit.
Spring cleaning, great time now that spring's coming. Great time to clean out your garage, your basement. So, yep, call us, we're here.
If you've been collecting your old electronics in your basement or the garage, well, now is the time to get them out.
Advanced Green Solutions serves the whole state, so give them a call or check out their website for a list of free e-cycling collections all over the state.
Stay with us. We meet an amazing senior citizen and we ask her the secret to living a long, happy, and healthy life.
Marie and I enjoy helping out to make a difference, and April is National Volunteer Month, so we decided to check in on the most dedicated volunteer we know.
This lovely lady volunteers her time at a local hospital, and she's been doing so for decades. In fact, at 100 years old, she's an inspiration to all of us.
Good afternoon, Pocono Medical Center information. Madeline speaking.
She's the most well-known volunteer at Pocono Medical Center in East Stroudsburg. Madeline Wesby has been answering phones and making people smile for years.
Anybody that volunteers not only volunteers for their time, but they get an education with it. And I have got a super education with it. Just keep your eyes and your ears open.
Marie and I knew we had to meet this woman, so we were off to Pocono Medical Center. How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you?
Good.
You're looking great.
You're looking great.
That makes two of us, or 3 of us maybe.
We convinced Madeline to take a short break from answering the phones to give us some tips on everything from volunteering to good health.
First of all, it's something that I look forward to each week. You know, it's an incentive to look forward. And you meet all kinds of people. And I've noticed when you answer the phone, the way you answer the phone, they'll answer you back.
I was surprised just going from where you answer the phones to get to this cafeteria. I had to keep moving to keep up with you.
Oh, you're kidding.
You're fast with those wheels.
You're fast. You're fast with your walker. You probably get a lot of places in a day.
You know what? Even when I get in my car, I think, I want to get there. I'm not dragging my feet.
Do you drive too fast? Do you speed? Well, I'll tell you, I do. But I have a lead foot. Do you have a lead foot?
Oh, they pass me on 80. They
okay.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes people say, you drive on 80? Well, why not? You go with the flow.
It's a straight shot.
But you keep looking in the mirror and the sides, you know. When I'm driving, I'm not talking.
No texting while driving.
Madeline seems to know everyone, and she's quick to note that her volunteer hours are about to reach 8,000.
Please don't sit in a chair all day. Get up and do something active to help somebody else.
Tell us what you think your secret is to living to be 100 and still being very active.
You know, what I did that was right and what I did that was wrong, I can't tell you. We all have a right and a wrong. But I'll tell you one thing. I know there were days sometimes I thought, oh, I'm not going to make it. I felt so bad and so bad. That's the time I pushed myself. And I pushed and pushed. And I came over here. And when I was ready to go home, I felt better. So you see what it does for you? It doesn't only educate you, it makes you healthy.
So do you think part of your secret is keeping busy and making yourself stay active?
Absolutely.
It's a good reason to keep on coming here.
Absolutely.
How long do you plan to continue volunteering?
I will know when it's time to quit. So I can't give you a definite answer.
No, I wouldn't want you to.
I think you should keep volunteering for as long as possible.
Well, it's really something that I look forward to.
So you will, as long as you can, you will.
I will.
In January, Madeline reached a milestone most of us can only hope for. She celebrated her 100th birthday. To Madeline's surprise, one by one, her friends at Pocono Medical Center gifted her with 100 roses to celebrate her centennial.
There was a line of people, and they were walking down to the table where I was at, and they presented me with a rose and congratulated me. And they also had a nice birthday cake there. They couldn't get the 100 candles on, but they tried. But each one got a little cupcake as a piece of the cake. And when it came down, you saw the picture. I was trying to blow it out of the fire extinguisher. That was very, very nice. I really did. I appreciated that very much.
As you can imagine, we had lots of questions for Madeline, and with a sparkle in her eye and a smile on her face, she shared some secrets.
What kind of food gets you to 100 years old?
The basics. You know, like my husband used to say, I don't care very much for your casseroles, but I'll take the meat and potatoes.
What's your favorite food?
Apple.
Apples?
Well, apples are supposed to be very good for you.
Yeah.
An apple a day?
Keeps the doctor away.
That's why it's good to volunteer at the hospital.
That's why I have an appointment every 6 months.
Whether you need it or not, right?
Yep.
You have to tell everyone the secret of looking so good at 100. Do you have any beauty secrets?
You just bathe every day, put a little cream on your face, and away you go.
I like that. That's good.
Is it a special cream?
No, just so my skin doesn't get dry.
This lovely lady doesn't smoke or drink, and she just attended her 82nd class reunion for Nazareth High School.
There's 4 of us left.
4 left.
For one. There's 1 male and 3 female, and all the other 3 live in the Arabian apartments down in Nazareth. I'm the only one that's after life. The male always says to me, you know, you're the only one that drives anymore.
So you have to drive to come to see us.
Yeah, you have to go visit. And did you order drinks?
What? Sure, soft drinks.
Soft drinks. No alcohol, huh?
No, they don't. If there's alcohol, they have it in their own apartments.
I think we probably have enough.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
do too.
It was time to go, but we had a surprise for Madeline.
Madeline is amazing and really fun too. She tells us the secret to staying young is to keep on moving. So that's exactly what we're going to do with a little bit of help from our friends at Tri-County Vets.
They're gearing up for a car show on June 2nd, and it's going to benefit Joseph Fantozzi, a 7-year-old cancer patient. So you can come out to the car show at Broadensville Chevrolet, support a great cause, and see lots of amazing Corvettes like these. Remember, whatever you do, be the talk of the town. They're gone.
I wasn't rolling. Can you gather them up and do it again?
Yeah.